Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the morning show here on Stock Market TV. Spencer, JC, Steve, Alfonso. Man, is there a lot going on, or was there a lot going on? There was a lot going on right now. We got a little bit of a crypto flash crash overnight. You guys see the move in these nuclear stocks on Friday? I hope we talk about that. Oracle has like 15 headlines. It had a crazy buy imbalance ripped into the close on Friday. It's just a lot going on. Small caps are doing small cap things, and we'll talk more about that this week, I have a feeling. So there's a lot to get to today on the show. Let's try not to dilly-dally if we can avoid it. Okay? Everyone, deal? Capiche? Good. Thumbs up? Great. In the spirit of that, let's get the show on the road.
All right, we are back. Dude,
Good morning.
Dude, I was dadding so hard this
Oh,
weekend.
yeah?
It was
What were you
like,
doing?
sometimes it just hits you. It's like, dude, I am such a dad right now. Like just doing dad things. Just, like Friday after work, we get with the family, get ready. We go to a birthday party. We come back, we wake up Saturday morning, we go to the lake, spend time with the cousins, doing all kinds of dad stuff by a lake, building fires, right? Then
Yeah.
Sunday, we got football game in the morning. It was a road game. The cousin plays on the other team, so we stayed for that game. Then we all went out. I mean, it was nice,
Exhausting. Sounds like.
Spencer, are you starting to feel like you know what he's talking about yet?
No, he's on a whole nother planet.
I'm not at that point. I did just have a period of like 4 or 5 weekends in a row where I had like a ton of stuff going on, and now I'm past that window. Thank God. So this weekend was nice, but no, we're still in the doing nothing phase, right?
They just lay there, Strazza. They don't do anything.
Yeah,
babies just lay there.
He doesn't do a whole
JC
lot.
is in the never-ending birthday parties phase now.
I mean, listen, the good thing is that most of the birthday parties, I would say a very large majority of the birthday parties, like we're friends with a bunch of the parents that are there and everyone's having a good time. And like, our kids
It's
are
an adult
annoying.
party too.
Yeah. It's cool.
Okay.
Josh Brown always told me that. Josh was like, JC, you'll see. Your friends are going to be the parents of your kids' friends. And those are the people you're going to hang out with the most. Josh always told me that.
Makes sense.
No, he was right.
All right.
Most of the things that all these dads tell you, like forever, they're right about everything. Oh, they're all right. Everything's correct. Spencer, you're noticing that already, I'm sure.
A little bit. Are we ready to roll?
I want to talk about Brian Armstrong. I want to talk about momentum.
Brian Armstrong.
Steve, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, I saw that. All the 20s.
Oh, you saw that. All 20 of the 20s.
No, I was going to say shout out Miami
Do it.
Hurricanes.
Oh,
Number 2.
No, please, Steve. We don't have time for this.
Let's do it. Oh, I love how Steve just called them all the 20s. That's so good. We got the Dow this morning down 200 points. That's 46,446 for the Dow. New all-time highs last week. S&P 500 also new all-time highs last week. 6,700 even, down 22 handles this morning. It's about 1/3%. NASDAQ 100 also down about 1/3%. Also closing new all-time highs, down about 87 handles today. 30-year bond futures are flat at 116.5. Crude oil down almost a full percent, under 62. Copper flat this morning at 462. Gold up 1.25%, 37.50. Silver up almost 2%, 43.72. With the VIX above 16, back above 16 for the old volatility index in funny money. Crypto getting the crap kicked out of it over the weekend. 112,600 for Bitcoin, down 2,600 points. That's 2.3%. Ethereum down 6%, under 4,200. Solana also down 6%, down 14 points, 221 for Solana. That brings the total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, all the way down to 3.83 trillion. How do we feel about this morning's futures?
Getting the crap kicked out of it, I don't know. That seems like strong language to me for Bitcoin.
A little bit of
It's not like
hyperbole.
it's not like it's his worst day of the month or the summer.
See what I did
Definitely
there,
not the
Spencer?
year. It's not like
Hyperbole.
That's right.
this
Good
is like a pretty standard move for high volatility instrument like Bitcoin. Also, if you were to just drop a VWAP at the pivot low, say where would the first line of logical support be for a pullback since the advance of the past couple weeks? VWAP comes in right here. Nothing's broken, not even over the ultra short term.
I mean, Louis is still bullish. He wrote about that this morning.
Louis wrote a great note, and I agree with him. We should talk about that chart.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Mr. Brian Armstrong, sir? Slide 2, please, if you will, my good man.
What a guy. Speaking of a good man, what a guy. That Brian Armstrong. What a CEO. I mean, top crypto. Top
All right.
crypto.
So I was thinking about you yesterday, Strazza.
Mhm.
I think about Steve on Sundays. I miss Steve so much.
I think about you on the weekend sometimes too.
Over the weekend, sometimes he sends me like pictures of like the caviar he's eating for breakfast, and like maybe a random memorabilia item that he picked up at the store.
That's
So
right.
I hear from him. Like I know he's alive somewhere in the metaverse, but I don't see him like I do during the week. So yesterday I was thinking about Steve, and I was like, Steve has a man crush on this particular gentleman, right?
Mhm.
Brian Armstrong, one of Steve's favorite men.
Yep.
Right? Probably one of his favorite men in the world, non-athlete men. Brian Armstrong in that Mount Rushmore in Steve's heart. And so, but also Steve is very, he thinks all these treasuries something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong. So I'm curious, your thoughts here, Steve. I don't know if these are treasury companies when the countries themselves are investing it in it. So when we talk about Brian Armstrong saying how the U.S. has a strategic Bitcoin reserve and the rest of the G20s are going to follow suit, how do you feel about that? Is that a good thing? Is that different than these treasury companies that you're seeing out there? Can you explain to the audience what's going on here?
Is incredibly different, right? We're talking about smaller micro cap stocks that are coming to market or SPACing and then using leverage to literally buy the highest volatility assets known to man. This is governments basically just sending a sign of validation out to the world that like we're on board, right? This is less about JC some sort of like crazy increase in demand for these assets and more about the biggest countries all around the world are saying, "Hey, we're cool with this stuff now." Think about how far we've come.
Well,
5
it
years
becomes
ago,
it becomes a
right?
systemic risk to not start buying because they don't know how much more they're going to need to buy to keep up.
And maybe one day it does
What's
become
the
they do
risk?
become
What's the
very
risk of
material
them throwing
players.
a few billy around? What's the risk?
For sure, for sure. And it'll be material maybe for the smaller tokens at first, right? And it depends on the size. And it can only grow over time, right? So maybe these do become like actually like extra material flows over time. I don't think they're going to be quite yet, but I do think this is more like a sign of the times, a big green light from governments all around the world saying crypto's here to stay. That's the big deal about this. And he's totally right. And this is a guy who's been right every step of the way and has done more for crypto and particularly the crypto industry in America than anyone in this world. So when he talks, I listen.
Yeah, you've always been like, they do things right. They're trying to follow the rules. There are no rules, and they're still trying to make their own rules of what they think the rules should be. Like you've always been on board with that.
This is a space that has been so polluted by bad actors. It was a real risk. Crypto almost didn't survive because of all the bad actors in this space over the years, right? It's been the single biggest problem for crypto. And then you have Coinbase, led by Brian Armstrong, who is the complete opposite and just does all the right things, right? And is a great, like a model citizen for the crypto movement and just the best actor
For the
out there.
crypto movement. Wow, I don't know if
He
I've
has
ever
been.
heard you speak that way before. The
He's been
crypto
like the
movement.
trendsetter. Like this is how you do it the right way.
What do you think about that, Spencer? The
No,
crypto movement?
I think if you ask me, like, who's done the most for crypto in America, I'd be hard pressed to find someone that's done more than Brian Armstrong. Right? He's Maybe there was like one or two people. I'd have to really think though. He's the obvious pick, right? He's
What about
definitely.
Satoshi? Does he get a vote?
If I knew who or what or where he was, sure.
You think it's a she?
It could be.
What do you think is the higher likelihood? That God is a she or that Satoshi is a she?
What if they're one and the same? Hey.
Well, I mean, you can argue. I don't want to go down this philosophical rabbit hole, but you can argue that they are one and the same, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to
True.
go there. But throw up slide 3. I think this was interesting. So this time I was not thinking about Steve. I was just I was thinking about myself. Did you know, Steve Strazza, that on Thursday was the first time this year that you had the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the Russell 2000 all close at an all-time high? Did you know that?
No,
I did not know that.
Since the Russells just joining that party.
Right. So I was going to say, I did know that because the Russell 2000 hadn't made a new all-time high yet, right? So that this couldn't have happened until this Thursday.
Right.
So I actually did know that. Here's what I did not know. I did not know that it's only happened 26 times this millennium.
Oh, what are the forward returns? I'll bet they're great.
I was actually gonna say, tell me what the market's doing 12 months after this happens. I bet you it's almost always higher.
I mean, listen, you don't need to overthink it. We know for a fact that asset prices trend. We know something going up tends to continue to go up versus just completely reversing. So we know that the math is in favor of it continuing. And so when you see all-time highs, it's evidence of uptrends, not downtrends. So in uptrends, stocks go up. So of course the forward returns are good, but it's less about like fancy mathematics and voodoo and more like common sense, right?
So 2017, 2018, right?
That big gap there after 2000 over to the late teens was the NASDAQ never did it. Remember how long it took the NASDAQ to get back? So that was that big gap there, in case you're wondering.
I'm surprised.
Right? For you historians out there.
I'm surprised it didn't happen in 2019.
I think it was small caps hadn't yet. That's why. All right, throw up slide 4, please. I want to talk about momentum.
I got something to say about Bitcoin real quick.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
These cryptos, we just added a bunch of exposure, and I'm sure people are nervous. My account will be down big today. We just added some crypto calls Friday, right? Which will be down decently. You're getting a couple % moves from these big crypto stocks. I like crypto on the long side, the way we're playing it, so much more right here, right now, this morning, than I did Friday. You're saying, well, that's bullshit. Can't be true, right? Bitcoin's having one of its biggest down day. Ethereum just had its most liquidations of the year. You have to start these moves with a little bit of momentum. And oftentimes, the best upside resolutions start with some serious downside momentum. That's what we call the shakeout, right? Maybe, just maybe, you're getting that now. You don't want to look at action like today's where nothing is even broken in the short term and like bail out of positions. This is just maybe a little starting line volatility right before these coils actually pop.
I like what you said there, a little starting line volatility. I like that, Steve.
You see this all the time, right?
In crypto especially, though.
Yeah. And we say big moves start with big moves. We fail to point out when we say that oftentimes they're in the wrong direction to start, right? So we get these big shakes and we say, oh, why do we like the little scoop and score, right? Or a little shakeout before the breakout? Because you give bears the chance, right? That downside volatility, you explore some new lows, right? Say, hey, take your shot. Can't do it. Buyers show up. You bang the thing higher. That's what could be going on this week. I think crypto rolling over in any significant way in this kind of tape where risk on stocks haven't been this hot the whole cycle. I'm talking about stocks that correlate best with cryptos, the riskiest cryptos, haven't been doing better. And then crypto's just going to roll over and die here? Highly doubt it. Maybe buy more today.
Buy more crypto today. I don't hate that idea. I actually don't hate that idea at all. Let's talk about momentum. Then I want to talk about nuclear. First of all, we're getting new all-time highs in the momentum factor. A lot of financials here, a lot of technology, a lot of industrials. Just an FYI.
Really nice.
Those are the types of companies that should be doing well in a bull market, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And then so going down the cap scale, go to the next one. You also saw a new all-time high in small cap momentum. And fun fact for those who have not been keeping track at home, small cap momentum has been making new all-time highs since last year.
Yeah.
Right? Small cap momentum already broke out to new all-time highs. So when they tell you that small cap stocks haven't been working, maybe they're referring to the small cap stocks that they own that perhaps have not been working. But there are certainly plenty of small cap stocks that have in fact been working. And then finally, I would encourage you to look internationally because here you're looking at the international momentum factor. Again, a lot of financials, a lot of tech, a lot of industrials, a lot of consumer. And so also making new all-time highs. So when these assholes tell you that only 7 stocks are driving the market, you have my permission to smack them over the head and tell them I sent you. Tell them JC says it's okay because you're an idiot, right? Tell them just like that.
And the most exciting chart of this group for me is the small cap momentum fact because I think we're just about at the point now where when it comes to a situation like this, right? All things equal, do I want small or large? You almost want to by default you want the smalls here. I think we're just about at that place. And look, this is a brand new fresh breakout. There's a lot of stuff beneath the surface that looks really, really good in small cap land right now.
Let me ask you something, Strazza. What do you consider? Forget what Standard & Poor's and Dow Jones and Moody's and all these people. Well, forget what they think. What do you consider a small cap stock?
10. If
10
you're
and
under
under.
10, if you're under 10, you're not large in my mind. You're not large.
And then, so where do the mids fit there?
That's the tough one, right? We'll
so
treat
you're more of like a SMID guy, kind of just blend them.
Yeah, I mean, we'll treat it in some scans, as you know, up to 30 mids, and that makes sense because of the market cap drift over the years.
I like this.
So,
I like this. You know, it's a lot more fun around here when Strazza and I disagree. But I think that's actually exactly right. 10 and under, you're small. 10 to 30, you're mid, and above that, you're large. Above 100, then you're mega.
Yeah, and that's pretty solid. I wouldn't disagree with any of those if you had to put numbers on them.
All right, guys, listen. All those other people, you people, don't worry about that no more.
The other
10 and under is small. 10 to 30 billion is mid.
Yeah, okay.
Above 30 is large. Above 100 is mega. That's it. That's the way it works now. From here on in, that's what it is. Sorry.
So that would mean, all right, let's just look at what that would mean here. So we would have, how many megas would we have? How many stocks over 100 billion are there?
My guess is 29.
Bro,
no,
you're not even
way wrong. It's 62.
You're not close. I'm getting over 100 here.
Oh, wow.
Including ADRs. But wow. Am I even including ADRs? Yeah, there's a ton.
No, not including ADRs. In America,
I'm seeing 106.
No. In America,
there's more than that.
Wow, yeah, it's more than I thought. In America, we have exactly 105.
I think at this point, 200's mega. 200's
if you add
really
international,
mega.
it's like 140.
I'm looking at these names.
That's
See, you get this market cap drift, and
there's only 35 companies in the world that are above 100 billion outside of America. That's less than I thought.
Yeah. Anyway, and you know what else? Been doing this for a long time. Like every sector is kind of different and unique too. Like there's just like some monster sectors like technology, where everything's bigger, and then you got materials where everything's like so much smaller.
All right, so officially 143 companies around the world are above 100. And what did I say? 105 in America?
Yeah,
wow, that's very few. Come on, rest of the world. Get your shit together. Only 35 between all y'all? That's weak. That's less than I thought. I would say it's more than I thought in America. It's less than I thought internationally. How about that? Come on, rest of the world. Get your shit together.
Tell them.
What about comparing, speaking of those sectors, comparing a company to the rest of its group? So like could you say Nextera? Well, that's 146. Say Duke Energy, which is $94 billion, is a mega cap because it's so much larger than pretty much every other utility.
No,
under
I
the
like
sun,
what you're
except
doing
for
there.
three.
What Spencer's talking about the bellwethers, right? And I like what you're doing there, right? Because it's a mega cap for its group. Like these marine shippers are never going to be $1 trillion. So let's like take the big one as its bellwether. Yeah, I agree with that, Spencer.
Utilities,
because there's like a handful of utilities that are
Hold
like.
on, you're stealing my thunder. The reason I ask you about small caps is because of what happened on Friday, with your boy, Orange Man.
What happened on Friday?
I don't know. Wasn't he meeting this dude, the Chinese guy?
They talked for like 3 hours.
Yeah. Dude, that was like 4 meetings. That was like 5 meetings
7.
ago.
What could they talk about for so long? What do you think they were saying to each other?
Maybe they were playing poker or something. I don't know. I mean, if you got to hang out with a communist dictator all afternoon, like what would you do? Like take him to the batting cages? Maybe, you know.
I would hang out. I would spend. Yeah.
What would you do if you had 3 hours with a communist dictator? What would you do? I would do something fun. I'm like, yo,
you have to do activities.
Something fun.
Yeah, you have to do
cheer
activities.
up a little, right? Come on, let's go enjoy ourselves.
Like axe throwing.
Dictators hang out at bars. Like, how does that work? No,
I would take them axe throwing. You know,
axe throwing.
Maybe play a little darts.
We got to get into it later, and we got to do a whole thing about this. But I am deep down the rabbit hole of the bowling bubble of the 1950s and 60s.
Really?
Oh, that was a thing.
Dude, I am like on another level. This bowling bubble was one of the dopest bubbles ever, dude. Like
talking about bowling, the sport of bowling.
Yeah.
Bowling bubble.
Dude, this is one of the great. I knew like about it a little bit, but I didn't know as much about the bowling bubble as I do now. Dude, like this company, this bowling stock, like in 1964, I think, it went up like 20x. This fucking bowling stock. Dude, I'm all into the bowling bubble. Anyway, speaking of bubbles, throw up the nuclear. I want to talk about what happened on Friday. Look at this nano, NNE. I'm in this one. New all-time highs.
Calling this a bubble? Excuse you? What did you just say?
Tongue in cheek,
no,
bubble. I mean, I hope it is a bubble. There's a lot of money. I don't know if you heard what I said. 20x in that bowling stock. When that bubble was ripping, everybody was gonna like, dude. They were calculating like, you talk about like eyeballs. Like they were calculating like bowling hours per American citizen. Like there were like multiples of hours of bowling time a week. Yeah. Like weekly bowling hours. Like they were pricing in like 2.5 hours of bowling per week. Dude, another level. I mean, out of control. Anyway, so maybe I hope this is one of those.
There's a small cap bowling stock now. What is it?
Brunswick?
Yeah, Brunswick.
Yeah, Brunswick, right?
Is that it?
No, there's two.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah,
it's bowling locations. It's like fun bowling.
Yeah, it's Bolero. What's the ticker?
Yeah, Bolero.
Oh yeah. Well, what did I say? Bolero, whatever.
Anyway, what do you guys think about this nuclear? It took its sweet time. I've been in this for a few months now, and it's done nothing. And now all of a sudden, I'm like a hero. But some trades work right away, and then some take a little bit longer. This one took its sweet time.
Well, look around, sir. Look around and know what you own. This is a speculative growth stock, right? This is an ARKI thing. So when quantum stocks are mooning, and we're talking about space and exploration stocks again, and all the spicy stuff is leading the tape every day, these guys this is the game you want to be in. So
there was also news. Let's not ignore the fact that there was news on Friday.
Who the hell cares? Mr.
What are you talking about?
Mr. I don't know the quantum news last week. All right, tell me the news now.
There was literally a headline. They all ripped on this headline. Literally all of them. There were the UK. Trump was over across the pond doing whatever you do across the pond, and I guess what you do is you make nuclear deals.
Can we get a chime in on the chat? If you got 3 hours with a communist dictator and you could do anything you want, what would you do? Pickleball. Danny Jassie's kind of a communist dictator a little bit. I played pickleball when I had a few hours with him a few weeks back, right?
Yeah, pickleball is cool. So anyway, there was the US
how these spreadsheet types, like they're kind of like communist dictators a little bit. Strazza knows. Strazza used to be one of these communist dictators.
No.
Back in the day.
The move the move on a Friday in these nuclear stocks, like you see Aklo? My goodness.
And the short interest in these things just has been off the charts, man. These shorts have been getting destroyed. Isn't it a beautiful thing, these short sellers? If it wasn't for these short sellers, like there just wouldn't be as many buyers. I mean, and that's just math.
People are so stupid. I think we're gonna have like an insane holiday season. Listen to the fearmongers already. Cardboard box demand is slumping to its lowest levels since 2016.
Cardboard
Oh,
box demand.
Well, that's bullish for the environment.
Right.
Shout out environment.
We're packaging differently. On a per capita basis, the drop is even sharper, with box shipments per American down more than 20% from their 1999 peak. Not from what I'm seeing. There's 18 boxes on my front doorstep every day, and my neighbors look the same freaking way. So thank you, Wall Street Journal, again.
What are you ordering? What are you ordering? Because I have 100 kids, and I have a wife that just buys too much shit. What's your excuse? Are you ordering?
Oh, it's ridiculous. Don't you're first of all, you're asking the wrong person. But I order dumb shit all the time.
I order things we need, like batteries. I ordered a toaster this morning because my toaster was on fire this morning. There was a fire in my kitchen.
Oh,
well, you gotta be careful.
My understanding.
You gotta clean that thing out.
Is my understanding.
You know, you got some rusty bread in there.
I don't know. We got a new toaster. Morgan almost burned down the house this morning. You can't have a cheap toaster, because if that thing goes on fire, that's a problem.
Yeah, you can play horse with the dictator. That's a good one.
Play horse with the dictator.
Great game.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
I don't hate playing horse with the dictator.
But stuff like that, you know, you got to do activities, lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Eat some
snowboarding. Do communist dictators get down like that? Like, do they use gravity?
Get some pizza, eat some pizza.
Ooh, get some pizza, a little Chianti, you know?
Some Chianti with the pizza, a little caviar.
Abruzzo up in this business, you know what I'm saying? Can we talk about the sentiment? You know, we're talking about, I love here, remember back in the spring, 90% of Democrats thought that the market was going to fall over the next 6 months. 90%.
Are they less sad or more sad today? I feel like they're more sad.
I was just kind of curious because these Gallup polls don't come up that often. If you want to throw up slide 9, this one coming from Newsweek.
You know,
this was an interesting one. You know,
I saw this one.
When we saw 90% of Democrats thought the stock market was going to fall over the next 6 months.
We're really going for it. They're like, they gave up.
They're not even like, it's not even like most of them anymore. Now it's just 0% of Democrats are happy with the state of the United States right now. It's lovely to see.
Well,
Jason,
this isn't
so perfect. This is a perfect illustration. I hate to say it. We tend to stay away from the worst things. But this is the state of things right now. I don't know if I've ever seen it so bad.
So listen, this was in the spring, and the stock market has gone straight up since 90% of these clowns thought that the market was going to fall. And then just an update.
Come on. I thought we agreed that these polls were a complete waste of time.
I don't know who agreed to that. They are not. They obviously helped us get very aggressively long this spring when the stock market ripped in their faces. So they are very useful. You were here when we were talking about it. You may
most people don't actually know.
But clearly it worked. And you also didn't like when we were making fun of that clown in Minnesota, the tampon guy, when he was dancing, making fun of Elon Musk, and you were telling me he was living in my head rent free. Tesla's up 80% since then. This is what we do, Spencer. This is what we do. And by the way, I just want to say one more thing, because some sensitive Sallies reached out, said I'm picking on the libs too much. Let me tell you something. Me and Strazza both agree that if it was the Republicans that were this angry, that would be even better. That would be more bullish. If it was like Ted Cruz picking on some transvestite somewhere, like that would be more bullish than I think, in my opinion.
As two people who genuinely pay very little attention to this stuff and really don't care because it doesn't matter for our lives for the most part, I think we're pretty good about it. So, and then just on the overall disgustingness going on right now, I'll just say American politics are at another new all-time low. It's absolutely despicable. And we should all just try and do a little bit better job at getting along and loving each other, because this is gross.
Pay attention. The information is there. The
Yeah,
data's
if
there. You just have to pay attention. And we've been, honestly, for all of us here, we've done a good job at paying attention to what's going on because it's so much easier. I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's so much easier just to bet on humans making poor decisions than it is trying to be smarter than everybody else. That's too hard. I don't want to try to be smarter than the market. I know that I'm not. So why don't we just identify the vulnerabilities in the human nature and just make the bet that they're going to make the wrong choice, right? Like that just seems so much easier.
If we do end up getting some sort of sick melt up market here, which I think the stage is so set, right? We have to go back and like look into these sentiment readings because sentiment will have played a major role, right? Say we get some sort of like structural bull run where this thing goes for another year or two. You get the big chase this year and next year's cool. You got to look back and say, remember that sentiment in 2025, that really, really strange ass bearish sentiment?
Do you remember Strazza? And you were pushing back. You're like, they can't be this bearish. How can they be this bearish?
It still doesn't make sense. Yeah. But it keeps working. It's been a good day.
Bagel Guy wants me to tone down the political rhetoric. Again, this is not political rhetoric. I don't give a shit who your president is, who's running your Congress. I don't give a damn. I am just going to bet that the most vulnerable humans in the world are going to make the wrong decisions. That's it.
Again, I think we're pretty damn fair and balanced here. And if you don't like it, you also don't have to watch the show. That's another option for everybody.
Because in America, you have the freedom to turn things on or off. You see, it's beautiful. This America is fantastic. America, shout out America. Strazza Parets 2028. They can't afford us.
Fuck that. And we don't feel bad.
What do they make, like $250,000 to be president? No.
Yeah, dude.
What are you gonna do with that?
Give me a break. I say it all the time. People hate this take. These people are underpaid. You wonder why your politicians are shitty? It's because nobody wants that job.
I think everyone agrees that. Real fast, we are gonna have I think Jason and Sam stop in today. No Kenny. Kenny's having some internet issues, so he'll be back tomorrow.
Dude, Sam is in Greece.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Sam. I know there's a lot of people in the chat. Sam just moved out to Greece for 3 months, and he'll be traveling in Southeast Asia and in the Middle East and throughout Europe. And, you guys have always been, like, honestly so welcoming to me in every country. I have never had a bad experience in any country I have ever visited. And there are technical analysts, there are traders, there are financial advisors in all of these countries, from Singapore to Mumbai, to all over North America, Dublin. I mean, just across the board. I mean, it has been such really, really, truly just like inspiring, just meeting so many people from around the world. Everybody's been so welcoming. So my only ask here is treat him the same way you treated me, right? Treat him the same way you treated me. And then Alfonso is also out there in Europe, and he's going to be going to Dubai next week with Sam. So if you guys are out there with Sam and Alfonso, please take care of
next week.
Yeah, take care of the homies.
Next week. Wow.
Yeah. Are you
boys
jealous?
are going? Hey, the boys are getting around.
I know, but we want them to,
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I have one ask of Alfonso and Sam. If they're going to Dubai, they need to get to the bottom of this Dubai chocolate.
I knew you were going to say
conspiracy. It's a bubble. It's a conspiracy. It's a scam.
Tell me more.
It's so stupid. It's total trash. They're fooling people. People are tripping all over themselves for this Dubai chocolate. It's some basic ass bitch chocolate. Doesn't even taste good.
No, it doesn't.
What is a basic ass bitch?
Yeah, chocolate? It's weird. It's got like, what is it? Is it from Dubai?
It's just chocolate with pistachios inside. It's not even good.
Hold on. What is the problem?
Oh, that's why it makes it,
because it came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then
so
6 months ago,
just like overpriced shitty chocolate?
It's like Instagram culture now, and everyone's yes.
I feel so out of touch.
It's everywhere. Spencer. I was at Costco yesterday.
I agree with you on
Saturday. It was all over the place.
We were with somebody this weekend. We were going on and on about the Dubai chocolate. I'm thinking in my head, what a loser.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
Wow. I had no idea that you guys were so offended by this.
Totally with Spencer on this
the latest snack from the Middle East.
Noxious.
All right. Maybe I don't hang out on TikTok enough.
No, yeah.
How
Okay.
much
Hey.
TikTok are you guys consuming a week?
I'm not
Oh.
on TikTok at all. So,
So the
And
Murdochs.
how do you know
are gonna-
about this?
So the
Instagram?
Murdochs are
Yeah,
going to buy
yeah.
TikTok now.
Really?
Oracle is involved. Oracle is going to, I guess,
Really?
remake the TikTok algorithm for the US. That's what I read.
I mean,
trust
as
them.
Americans who don't use TikTok, like if I had a say in the matter, I wouldn't care what American company owns it as long as it's an American company that owns it. Is that right?
Yeah, but
Kinda.
Oracle's like top dog, like great American brand, like you trust them, Larry Ellison, like great American.
Yeah, but there's
That's
a lot
good.
of there's
I
a
like
lot of
that.
those. I mean, you're not wrong, but there's
I like
other
that.
companies. It could be any. I mean, but Oracle, yeah, that's cool.
That's a good one. I like
Larry
that a lot.
Ellison was the richest man in the world for like a minute last week or something,
Yeah.
right? 2 weeks ago.
Gangster. Sure. $10 for a chocolate bar. Great marketing.
Sam is trying to join, but his picture is upside down.
Dude, Sam was
One
at
second.
the Athens
One
Stock
second, Sam.
Exchange yesterday.
Oh, I was going to ask if he was going to do stuff like that.
I mean, it's the best performing country in the world.
Cornhole. That's another good one, Chad. Yeah, a little cornhole. A little cornhole with G.
Did you know that the Athens Stock Exchange is older than the New York Stock Exchange?
Hmm.
Did you know that?
No, but makes sense. Would presume so.
Yeah, the Greeks invented a lot of shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like a ton of things.
Seeing
Right?
a report, I'm seeing a report that Berkshire has exited BYD. Steve?
What?
Yeah.
No. Where?
I'm
Look how
just seeing
insulted Strazza.
Like
I-
a full exit?
How dare they?
a full exit in BYD.
Seriously, how dare? It's been 20 years, more than 20 years.
They've owned BYD for 20 years.
Yeah, forever. I don't see that.
No? All right. I don't
I
know if
really
it's
don't.
I don't think it's from a filing. That's the thing. I
Sounds
think
okay.
I think it's a
Is
report.
this fake news, Spencer?
Fonzel check. You know, you can't believe anything on the internet anymore.
That's true.
Like the Trump statue.
Oh, it was a filing from a Berkshire subsidiary.
Can just
per-
I'll look at it. I don't
Yeah, right. Anyway, I mean, it's trading down on this, so but keep an eye out.
If you look at the close today, and these are hammers in crypto, holy freaking cow. That's all I'm gonna say. They're already buying them up. I'll literally be sitting here
some sticks.
watching the ticks in shitcoins today.
You're gonna be watching the
Early
ticks?
read.
You're just gonna be watching the ticks?
Just gonna sit there and stare at my shitcoin watch list all morning, and then like a select group of ARK stocks that move with cryptos, and then I'm gonna make the call that way. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
I just want to rewind what Strazza just said there.
Mhm.
He was referencing his shitcoin watch list.
Yeah, the dirty dogs.
Tell me more.
Dirtiest.
Oh, the dirty dogs.
The
All right,
dirtiest
tell me,
dogs.
tell me more about the dirty dogs watch list.
They're nasty. You know, names
how
like Pepe the Frog and the Shiba Inu. A lot of animals.
Is Pepe the Frog? Pepe the Frog is like a super regional of memes.
I got the peanut too. I got the squirrel.
You still have Peanut the squirrel?
I bought it and I just lost like 40% immediately and never sold it. Yeah.
Throw up the new slide 12 there, please.
The quantums are down big.
All right, Sam
Oh my
is
God.
no longer upside down. If you want to bring him on, we can do that.
Throw
in a minute.
up the Chile and then bring up Sam. We're getting some chatter in the chat about the Chile chart.
I saw MTSR up 61%, and I swear my brain, I guess I had some weak coffee this morning. I thought it said MSTR up 61%. I almost just beat my pants. IREN's up 11% this morning.
I think
Holy
it's such a beat.
cannoli. Tempest up
is.
nicely. Baidu, good.
Steve, I got another crypto treasury stock for you if you want. I know you love
I
them.
don't.
They just come
there
up
are
with one
no-
every day.
We have no more room for crypto treasury
All
stock.
right, fine.
Strazza,
But
can I
this one
support-
has Scaramucci.
Please, no more crypto treasury stock.
But the mooch.
Oh, he was doing the circuit this morning. That's what he was talking about. He was doing the rounds. I saw him.
You know-
Scaramucci's involved, huh?
Yeah.
Saw the mooch. Of course, the mooch is always getting some. Just so you know, the mooch always gets some.
You know, I kind of respect that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't live that far from Easton, Pennsylvania, which is right there on the border of New Jersey.
You should hang out.
Dude, I am
Yeah.
so bullish of Easton, Pennsylvania, and I don't own any buildings in that town, and it pisses me off that I'm not getting a piece of that action. Because I go by there all the time, and I'm like, man, this place is blowing up, new restaurants all the time. I'm like, I got to own a building here somewhere. But like, I'm not like a real estate investor. I just don't like it when I see a racket, and I'm not getting a piece of that action, you know?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it kind of annoys me. I think that's the mooch here. He's kind of just like, everybody's doing this thing. How do we do that thing? You know, I see you, dog. I see you.
Yeah.
Mooch always Sam out here. Sam live from Greece.
Nice. Bring him out. There he is, Mr. Sam. How are you, sir?
What's going on, guys?
Dude, how's Greece?
It's awesome. I am really loving it so far.
Where
I
are
found
you?
the Athens Stock Exchange this morning. I took a photo.
What time is it over there?
It is 4:15.
4:15. Damn, son.
In the evening. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I went out for some steak and eggs first thing in the morning, and then I happened to just walk by the Athens Stock Exchange.
Hold on. I don't believe that for a second. You accidentally walked by
the
Athens Stock
Exchange? I had no idea it was there. No, it's literally just a 10-minute walk from my place.
You come all the way from Kansas to Athens, and you coincidentally walk by the Athens Stock Exchange 2 days later?
I swear to you, JC, that's what
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Wait, that would be like the first thing you would do.
You're in Athens.
I don't believe that for a second.
You're in Athens proper. I don't know like the deal with cities, but you're in like the actual city.
Right, the heart of the city.
The heart of the city. Cool.
Dude,
you're so close to so many areas. Dude, you can be in London in 4 hours. It's great.
Totally.
That's the furthest you're gonna go.
4-hour flight.
Dude, you got to go to Sicily, man. Go to Taormina in Sicily. Whoo, that place is nice, man.
I'm going to Spain and then something like a month to hang out with Alfonso too. So I'm excited for that. I'm hoping that Alfonso will take me to a soccer game. So if you're out there, Alfonso, listening to this, please take me to a soccer game.
I believe they call it football there. I believe they call it football. Dude, you should totally go to an NFL game because like they have NFL games like in every country now. You should totally go to one. These Europeans love it, dude. These guys go crazy. They love it.
Yeah, they chant so much more than Americans do.
Yeah. They don't shut up when their team is on offense, which kind of annoys me. When your team's on offense, you shut up. This isn't soccer.
Yeah.
They don't get that. They're screaming the whole time.
Sam, what are we watching here?
I'm always watching precious metals. You guys know me, and last night I tweeted a chart as I was going through my weekly Gold Rush chart deck, and man, the Gold Rush Junior Gold Miners Index really has my attention. I mean, look at this parabolic uptrend. Nobody's talking about this, as far as I can tell. Like we were just in Toronto for Portfolio Accelerator, literally a 2-minute walk from the corporate headquarters of Agnico Eagle Mines, the largest gold mining company in Canada.
Is that true? Is Agnico the largest in Canada? I didn't know that.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's like $73 billion, and then Newmont is the U.S.'s largest, and it's like $80 billion.
Got it. That makes sense.
And by the way, Newmont is like 4 points away from a new all-time high.
Dude, that base in Newmont, that base in Newmont is bigger than the base in Tokyo in Japan.
Yeah.
That base goes back to what, like 1985 or something like that?
Right. So like if that chart breaks out, imagine what's going to happen to the smaller ones, the junky, shitty gold miners that don't have any revenue or anything going on. Like without Newmont breaking out, this chart is already up 150% in 2025. I think it can do a lot more than that. And I still think we're early in this gold rush cycle.
Dude, think about it like this. You know, gold miners were such a disaster for so long. The juniors were just even worse, you know, right? And so when you talk about like a mean reversion and playing catch up, That's a big one. You brought a nuclear chart here with you. I love how the nuclear chart is part of the gold rush. I'm into that because it's a commodity.
Yeah, we
right?
cover everything at the Gold Rush, JC.
I could see that.
We talk about cocoa futures. We get freaky with it.
No, I like getting down with some cocoa futures. Throw up the nuclear there. So this is the NLR.
Yeah, totally. We were buying more nuclear at Trend Labs last week. Shout out Trend Labs.
Friday morning. Shout out Trend Labs.
Watching it, JC. But yeah, nuclear is red hot right now, and
full disclosure, I had no idea that there was going to be this whole nuclear thing. I was just buying small caps. Full disclosure.
I thought you had inside information, JC.
I could be honest. I could just be honest. Be like, listen, I wasn't trying to get that fancy. I just wanted more small cap exposure, and these were the best looking ones. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, and it's just now breaking out is the thing, JC. Like the NLR, it looks like it went from like 60 earlier this year to it's now breaking out above 130. So like nuclear stocks at an index level have more than doubled so far this year. And it's just now breaking out of this massive base. And if you look at
all this is the same, all this is like, nuclear, AI, crypto, like they're all like dancing together. Is that because that's what it appeared as somebody who knows nothing. I can barely spell nuclear, right? I mean, there's so many vowels. So I don't know the first thing about AI or nuclear or crypto mining. Like I just trade the stuff, right? But like it seems to me like they're dancing together. There's a similar theme. Strazza, any thoughts back there on kind of just the overall theme?
I think that's definitely true because like the CapEx cycle is what they're tied to. Like Microsoft is pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into AI, and so is Meta. Steve says it's a mega trend in the chat. He's totally right. Like these companies are building data centers that cost hundreds of billions of dollars, and they're completely worthless without this nuclear energy. So, and like if you look under the surface at these nuclear stocks, something like CCJ, Camco, I wasn't really trying to go to this table yet, but that's fine. So Camco is like something like $30 billion in market cap, and that's the Exxon Mobil of the space. Like to me, it seems like
whether it is or whether it isn't.
Seems to me like these stocks could go up a hell of a lot more before the end of the cycle.
Strazza likes buying leaps.
Yeah,
buying leaps in CCJ.
I don't know about CCJ. If you want to pull up that table now, the scan, I think we buy something in like all the U's.
Same
the
thing.
LEU, the OCLO, these are the leaders of
you're not going to get liquidity on the leaps like you are going to in
Yeah, you could. I'm in UEC leaps, CCJ leaps. They got them. They exist. Sean's in them. And some patterns, right? This is a great discussion. Certain patterns just dictate certain strategies, right? They deserve to be traded a certain way. These structural bases, you don't want to buy calls that expire next month, right? Or like even buy calls a couple months out. We've seen what these structural bases do. Sometimes they don't take weeks or months to resolve. They'll take cycles, right? With false moves, failed moves, sloppy retests. You want to buy freaking years and years, like as much. You want to buy warrants on these structural bases if you can, like NLR similar, CCJ, UEC. Giant bases. The new ones, not so much. Go ahead, YOLO the short dated calls on the little coils that are popping, right? Like you could have done on Okilo for the past couple of weeks, or now something like SMR or NNE. But do you guys agree? Like big bases, leaps maybe.
Throw up slide 2. This is all you need to know.
Like leaps. Come on now. That pattern was leaps were made for that pattern. That's why they issue these.
Just for you, Steve.
For anybody who understands, the power of
refresh that chart. Refresh that chart. Show this one.
The leaps are for all of us. Leaps are for the people. Really, it's the people's leaps.
Oh, it's the people's leaps. Oh, so this is like the rock of trading here.
Yeah.
So we're hitting that first extension there. from that entire base that lasted practically my entire career. And, you know, we finally broke out. That first extension is at 86. The next one's 134. The next one's 213. But that's a monster base, man. We're talking close to a 20-year base there. I mean, that's what, a 17-year base, 18-year base, something like that. That's huge. That's bad math. That's 17-year base. What do you guys think? I mean, that, you know, you buy the leaps. You know, how high do we think this goes? 200? 200, right?
I think 200 at least. It just depends on how much time you have.
Excuse me.
I think it's going to the moon, JC. And that's how I feel about a lot of these precious metal stocks too. Like some of the biggest bases in the market are, you know, they were financials. The financials have, for the most part, gone. Those bases are resolved. They're hitting the first extension levels in many cases. Now it's time for precious metals to break out of these massive bases. You're seeing it with uranium, CCJ here, and, you know, the next big base that I think is going to go is oil and gas. You know, that's like the last man standing. It's still below that great financial crisis peak. Somehow.
I love what you're saying. I've been so patient for this one.
It's required a lot of patience, no doubt. And like, you know, we've been very vocal about how the commodity super cycle works. You know, you get gold ringing the dinner bell and leading first, and then you get action in copper. And, you know, there's been some weird price action in the copper futures in the US because of those tariff man shenanigans. But if you look at something like COPEX, overlay COPEX with GDX.
Did you call him tariff man shenanigans?
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. Yeah. If you look at copper futures anywhere else in the world, they're doing just fine. If you look at COPEX, the copper miners ETF, it's breaking out to new multi-decade highs.
Dude, this lady at UPS
with GDX, JC.
Dude, the lady at UPS was yelling at me. I told you guys, right? In Canada, the lady at the UPS was yelling at me that our president, your president doesn't understand how tariff works. Yelling at me.
I'm just upset that he messed up my chart, JC. My chart is blown.
Well, those are the same people who are voting in the poll that they're angry that the stock market keeps going up. So very confused.
Imagine being so criminally insane that it makes you angry that the stock market is going up. Can you imagine? That is like I can see like for us, we love when the stock market crashes because we can make a lot of money, so we're good with that. But I can understand how that bothers some folks. Like some people don't like it when the stock market falls. I'm totally good with that. But with the stock market going up, that I have a hard time understanding of why it would bother people so much.
Because they don't own stocks.
You know, it's even the ones that do, they're just angry about the reasons why they're going up.
I love a good bull market. I think bull markets are so much fun. We have a great time. Everybody is happier. Life is good.
You're starting to sound more like Donald Trump as you get older.
I know, I'm doing it on purpose. I can't help myself.
Let's bring in Jason Purrs. Let's continue this commodity conversation. Sam, do you have time for us? You're busy gallivanting around Greece, or can you stick with us for a few more minutes?
There's no place I'd rather be.
Hold on. Best food so far. I know you've only been there for like a day or two. What have you eaten, Sam?
The heroes. Those are good.
I told you, JC. Yeah. All right, you got to branch out a little. You got time.
I have been. Yeah, I was eating like some organs last night.
Spankapita. I hope you have a better answer for me next time.
Dude, come on.
You need to find yourself some sea bass carpaccio.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna do it all. Don't get me wrong, but
sea bass carpaccio.
Butter, dude.
You know what these Greek bastards are putting on there? They cook their red peppers so that they get a little sweeter, and then they put the red peppers on the sea bass carpaccio with a little seaweed salad. Woo! These Greeks are not messing around. They are not messing around. I respect it. I like it. All right, bring on Jason. Mr. Purrs.
Hey guys, what's up, Sam?
Yo, what's up, Jason?
Ohio's not like Athens, right?
No, it's beautiful. I mean, Sam, to be honest, the first time I went out there, because I didn't know anything else, all I ate was gyros, or we call them gyros here. And then everybody made fun of me because I'd walk in and say gyro. They're like, "What?
There's
are you
like
talking
5 different ways to pronounce it."
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't see much. I just went and ate a bunch of
just point,
heroes.
Sam. You know,
That's what I do.
that's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That one.
This. Give me
That one.
this.
Mr. Purrs, can I ask you? You know, we're talking about leaps in CCJ.
I saw
Now,
that.
they've come a long way, right? This is a train we've been on, really got going last week, right? We're a little patient over the last couple of months with some of the positions we had on in nuclear. That worked out pretty well. You really think this is just getting started?
I personally do. I mean, there's a bunch of reasons. If you look at like energy consumption in the United States, that's one thing that like, you just continue that's a uptrend like you've never seen before, starting to go parabolic. And so it's like, where are we going to get it? And we continue to talk about building new nuclear facilities, but how long does it take to make a nuclear facility? It could be 10 years. So like, we need this energy now. It's going to take time to get it. So any of these people producing uranium and getting uranium, companies, they're going to do well. They should do very well in this type of environment. If we're talking fundamentals, if we're talking technicals, hey, it's an uptrend, huge base breakouts. We're seeing those kind of across the board in the whole sector. So I really like the whole sector as a whole. You know, once again, you know, you guys covered it earlier when you have certain things. Sorry about my alarm. When you have certain things like UU and so on, like these, some people think they're very liquid, but these options actually, as you go further out, they actually are pretty liquid. You can actually get those and trade those in leaps. So I think there's a lot of trades here still to come. I think going down the cap scale is probably where you want to start to go now. But CCJ is the leader. It's leading the way. It's in my portfolio. I definitely like it.
Jason, do you follow the fundamentals of uranium supply and demand? Because I certainly don't. I just look at the charts. But I remember being on a live stream with you and another guest, and he was saying that, you know, there's not really a shortage of uranium right now. Is that still the case with all this money being poured into the industry?
Yes, so there isn't a shortage, but it's for the same reason we talked about earlier. Like, where would it go at the moment? You know, there's not enough facilities to make it happen. So that's probably what the answer is to that question. But it still doesn't mean that we don't need it. Still doesn't mean that these uranium companies aren't going to do well.
I just want to lean into the relative strength of like the producers of it, like or the consumers. I mean, like the Oklos and the SMRs and the Constellation Energies, all of those the AI utilities of it. You know, like that seems to be the relative strength over the Camcos.
There's a lot of money there. There's a lot of money there, right? Like it's kind of like and JC, you've seen the uranium cycles over the years. Like it's like you go back to the 2000s and you see what happened after Fukushima. You know, if this thing ever picks back up again, it's going to be a massive trade. Like we're not talking like, you know, we're talking like when we talk at the gold rush, we're talking about some of our picks and we're going, hey, our targets are here, but however, we'll probably look back and kind of laugh at these targets in 6 months and think that they should have been much higher. It's going to be the same thing for uranium miners. These things could go a lot higher very quickly. You know, we're talking like 200, 300, possibly 10x gains, especially the small ones could be 10xers, possibly 20xers. So, I mean, if this is a real uranium cycle and it's a real commodity cycle, which so far, like our analysis is telling us that the only thing that hasn't entered the party yet is energy. Besides that, lithium miners have joined the party. Copper miners have joined the party. So we're seeing everything else joining the party. So this one's definitely part of that. So I think we're going to continue to see uranium miners, nuclear stocks continue to go up. I like the small cap ones at the moment, even though there's not really a small cap in the space. It's like micro basically at this point. But they're going to be small caps at some point, possibly large caps at some point.
I want to before we hop for the day, I wanted to bring up the Sibanye Stillwater SBSW.
Yes,
Had
nice
a big day on
week.
Friday. So you know, if CCJ is the bellwether for uranium, then Sibanye Stillwater is that for platinum and palladium, right? Like there's no second best. Like CCJ is so far ahead of everybody else. There's no second best. This is like probably even more obnoxious than CCJ because at least you've got other uranium plays that might be smaller down the cap scale. This is all you got, right?
Well, the thing about this one, JC, is like there are other platinum and palladium plays that are similar size to Siboney-Stillwater, but none of them are listed. I believe Siboney is listed on the NYSE. Let me double check here. Yeah, it's listed on the NYSE, so you can trade options on this. So like this is the preferred vehicle by institutions, and that's why we treat it the way we do.
We got to buy this breakout, right?
Yeah, all day, JC. I've
Well,
been very vocal about this one
Look at
with
this thing.
Jason.
It's up
Yeah,
another 3.5% today.
yeah.
Yeah, Sam and I have been pounding the table on this one, but here's one that's kind of
Where's the
interesting.
positioning?
Well, the thing about that, JC, is the commercial hedgers are still net long the palladium. You know, a few years ago they had their largest net long position ever in palladium, and
they don't
haven't yet flipped through.
they're net long, but they're not usually net long, right? It's just
No, they
short
get
are they?
net long in the bear markets when the price is low, but in the best bull markets, they get super duper net short. It's exactly what you're seeing in gold. It's exactly what you're seeing in silver. Commercials are very short because the price has gone up a lot, and that's what they do. They're hedging their production and locking in those prices.
Here's one that's interesting. Patrick hit me up from the chart report, and he sent me a VWAP from the all-time or the old highs on SBSW, and it actually comes right back to that pullback. So you know, we kind of he started buying right there. You know, once again, we've had that trade for a while. We buy the breakouts over at Gold Rush usually. So we're hitting new 52-week highs.
7.5 retest, right?
Yep, exactly. Then it retested. Now it's moving higher again. So great call by Patrick there. But yeah, it's definitely a bull market for precious metals. Like whatever you want to argue about the commodity cycle, look at the precious metals market. You can't say anything bad about it at the moment. We've definitely have a nice trend, a huge uptrend moving, and I don't think it's going to stop. I think it's just going to keep continuing down the cap scale, and I think it's time to get junky in that space. Look for those small producers, some of those platinum traders, or some of those platinum miners, palladium miners, small silver producers, and so on. These things are going to make a lot of money.
I like it. All right, market's open. We got work to do. What do you say? Do a little quick recess and hop out of here, Mr. Spencer Israel.
Oh, let's do a quick recess and hop out of here.
I just want to give a shout out to all of the Florida Gators fans out there. You were wrong. You were wrong about everything. And so the Miami Hurricanes really put a whooping on your asses on Saturday night, and it was really lovely to watch. I think it was less about the Gators. I mean, the Gators they were like 0-for on third down. I mean, they just put up such a putrid performance. It truly was an embarrassment to the entire institution that is the Florida Gators. But it was less about their hardships and more really about Miami's defense is crazy good. Like, wow. I haven't seen a Miami Hurricanes defense like that in a long time. And the offensive line is just on another level. So again, something I haven't seen in a couple of decades. So, I'm just a dumb Cuban baseball player. I don't know anything about football, but in my experience, the defense and the offensive line is very important. And so we got that. So shout out to the Canes, number 2 in the country. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Wow. Well done. Well done.
Yeah,
number 2.
Well,
that sounds
I've been very
good.
patient for a long time, right? It's our turn now. It's our turn. All right.
Who's your quarterback playing for, JC?
Back. Guy came from Georgia.
Oh, the Georgia boy.
Georgia led the country in dropped passes last year. So he's like, fuck y'all, I'm out. I'm going to Miami. And so he's putting up a Heisman year potentially. Had a kind of a rough game. He didn't have a great game on Saturday, but he's putting up a good year. And Heisman candidate, could be number 1 pick overall. I don't know. We'll see.
I too would rather live in Miami than Georgia.
Don't be hating on Georgia, man. I'm bullish Georgia. I'm so bullish Georgia.
Okay. Yeah, I know. You go to the Masters one time, and it's like, oh my God, Georgia.
It was pretty good though. It was pretty good, Georgia. Just saying.
Got it. All right. Anyone have any recess besides that?
I was doing some work on my rooftop of my apartment last night, late into the night. It was wonderful. And this Turkish woman came up there and talked to me for like an hour she's an architect in Istanbul, Turkey, and she was talking so much shit on the National Archaeological Museum here in Athens. And she's like, the ugliest building. And she was like showing me pictures of the building. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And she's like, no, there's so many pillars in it. And it's just like, I thought it was really funny. I know nothing about architecture, so I don't know the first thing about critiquing a big, beautiful building like that.
Be careful with those Greek milfs. You know, you're
No,
fresh
he
meat
said
for the
Turkish.
Greek milfs
He said she was
Turkish.
in Greece.
Yeah.
She's just visiting.
That doesn't make it any better. It doesn't make her less of a cougar, for the record.
Might be there to see you, Sam.
And, Jason
All right.
knows.
Jason, what do you got?
Older women. They know what they want.
Jason, what do you got?
That was nice.
So I did bring something, JC. It's I put this together with Gene a little bit ago. I was like, if JC's ever on during recess, I'll put it on. We put it together like probably 2 months ago. We've been waiting for this moment. You've asked for it a bunch of times, and I was like, you know what? I didn't want to do it at first, and I was like, you know what? I'll put it together. So
wait. I don't know if I'm ready. Shit.
I should have kept talking.
Yeah. Give me a minute to I have it here, but I don't know if I am my bad. I forgot
Let's
about
go back
this.
to Sam's last comment. Older women.
Wait. I got it back. We're good. Is that you?
Me? Call me.
How long ago?
I wish.
How long ago?
That's at least 20 years.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
crap.
No wonder your back's so fucked up.
Dear Lord,
Yeah,
man.
that was very impressive, Jason. Very impressive.
20 years ago. Yeah, it's been a long time since I could do any of that stuff. But yeah, it's 20 years ago. I was like, yeah, I'll put that together. We'll see it. We'll try to put it on recess one of these days. So,
Dude, that was awesome.
thank you.
That was awesome. Let's see if I can dig up some of my old BMX biking days.
Nice. We'll find them, dude. We'll find them.
You'll find me on a baseball
Or
field.
we'll put your face on mine, and we'll just do that all over again. And just say that was JC. Actually, just kidding.
That's right. All right, that's it. We'll be back tomorrow. We got Kenny going live at 11. We got Chart Request live at 1 o'clock today. Gold Rush members, you'll get your weekly video.
It's gonna be a banger of a video. You better be there.
All right, excellent. Drop us a like. Thank you for watching. Go make some money. All right.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.